Hello guys, I hope everyone is well. Welcome to the Deep Junk Garage Kitchen Edition. Um, don't worry, I'm not going to cook. I really don't think I'm allowed to by law. Um, there's probably something even in the Bible that says I shouldn't cook. Uh, this is a short video, uh, just answer to some questions. Where have you been? What are you doing? Are you crazy? Um, I've been here. I've been doing not much, and probably am crazy. One word: divorce. I don't recommend it. So I've moved, of course. What I had for workspace, my bench, the whole room in it, everything's been condensed into boxes. Um, I am just started to work again, and I'll show you what I'm working on. But I had a kitchen table because really I don't even, I'm not even sure about where I'm living now, if it's going to be a permanent thing or not. So um, most of the stuff is in boxes. Some of it was, let's just say, jumbled on the move, in the move, without getting too um, well, we'll just leave it at that. So my shop truck, for the shop truck build, I had to scrub that. That's in a million different places, and parts are gone, and things are. We'll just scrub that idea. So uh, with everything that was in between, you still got that urge to build. So I had bought one kit just to have, without, was actually before I got my things. I bought the street burner Chevy Nova, the Yenko Chevy Nova, the big block car, and some some paint supplies, and started working on it right here at the kitchen table. We'll show you that. And then I'd ordered a few, bought a few kits. We were talking. I heard the talk of Grail Kits. Um, what I bought, what I've ordered, hadn't been necessarily Grail kits, but I got to thinking of it. There was a few that I would like to have, and I should just. I was seeing them for sale, and they were good price, so I went ahead and bought some, and I'll show you what those are, and get you caught up to the minute, I guess. Alrighty, guys. First up, I did pick up the Revell Boss Mustang here, a '69 Boss 302. And this wasn't something that I wanted to build necessarily right now. It is just something I wanted to add to the stash, and I'd seen it out in a store and snapped this up. Um, very, very good kit, and like I said, just not wanting to build it now, but for the stash. Alrighty, so the second kit that I picked up then, along with some supplies and that, just to mess around with here at the table, was this Revell, the '69 Nova, and it's the Yenko version, Street Burner series. Um, the Where do we start with the wheels here? The wheels are resin pieces. Um, we've got traction bars from another kit that I really don't know what they're off of. They fit the purchase, spring purchase, real good. This is the kit's big block that comes with it. Uh, a resin Dominator carburetor. We've got the distributor and wires, uh, a deep oil pan, low mount alternator. Those are pieces from, I believe, a NASCAR kit. The fuel line on the Dominator, we made that out of junk, just scraps. And headers. These headers are 3D printed, and they are for Revell uh, Big Block Nova and '69 Big Block Camaro for this chassis with the big block engine. And their artwork, they fit perfect. I'm sorry, I do not know. I can't remember whose they are at the moment, but that's how they're sold, as the Revell big block Nova Camaro header. Hood, that is from an SS350 model, same thing. That is the optional cowl hood in that with the race stuff, which will probably use the roll bar out of that car in here also, as more of a street raced 69 Nova and not so much a Yanko. Again, when I build this is what I would do if it was in my driveway right now. So that's first step what we're building. Chassis and the rear end's in it. This front suspension's done. I don't believe I'm waiting on any more parts. Just fiddle with it a little bit each night here at the kitchen table. And I guess I could show you the underneath while we're here. The oil pan, that's a deep oil pan resin piece. We've got sway bars on it. Those are out of the kit, just painted up red. Like I said, one of the traction bars mocked up on there. And a fuel sump in the tank, made from probably something out of a NASCAR kit and a little flat styrene to build the sump. That's pretty simple, pretty cut and dry. Alrighty, and some other additions to the stash. The 71 Olds from Revell. This is a good kit. Of course, any of the Revell stuff is really good. I've got the convertible version, 71. I believe it's 71. That is the convertible version with the pace car graphics and that on it too. Really cool with the option of an automatic or manual transmission. It was one of those ones that's I should have two so I can build one either way. The next one I picked up was, to me, a Supra, another good kit. This one's not curbside, it does have the engine in it. I built one of these years ago, and I keep eyeballing them online, and they're not bad price, so I picked one up. The talk about Grail Kits, these aren't so much Grail Kits as they are just something that I had when I was younger, and I wanted to have them in the stash again. The 78 Corvette, the pace car, decent kit. The engines in them leave some to be desired. The detail, the starter is molded on, the oil filters, things like that. But I do like that Corvette with the spoilers that are on this car. The chin spoiler, the rear spoiler, make it much better looking. This would be something that, you know, a transplant, another engine in, would definitely do it justice. I don't necessarily, not a huge fan of the pace car, but I do like that vet with the spoilers on it. This one, I don't know what monogram. This is pretty much the Miami Vice Daytona in red, just called out as a Daytona Spider, but it has the same L82 Corvette engine that this car has in it. Remember, Miami Vice, those cars were not Ferraris, they were a sort of a kit car, so this is the same thing. But the dashboard in this and the seats in that are Ferrari. I don't know what the deal was with monogramming their way around it. It was just because of the engine. It doesn't have a logo anywhere on it. But I have ordered a 3D printed Colombo V12, which is the 12 cylinder that would have been in this car, and the transmission. So this one was new. It was a decent price. All of these that I'm showing you here were just online at a good price, and I had them as a kid or had them as a younger adult, and was, you know, wanting to have them again. Not necessarily a Grail kit, but just something that you know, I'd like to have. These C4 Corvette. This is a really good detailed model kit. The tune port motor in it is of good detail. The only complaint I have on these cars are it has no taillight lenses in it. Those are just to be painted in. So maybe I'll find some kind of a round lens that's of the same diameter and be able to detail that a little bit better. But the engine detail on their side, the chassis, interior on these cars is really good. I picked this one up. Same with this. Didn't really need it or want it that bad. It was just a really good price and brand new car. The LT1 engine in this one, again, good detail, separate starter and water pump in that. Has an optional hard top for the car. Yeah, intake runners and all that on the LT1 look really good. So I had picked up these, again, not necessarily a Holy Grail kit or Grail. I don't hate to put holy in there, but just stuff that I wanted. And another car I picked up, a 66 Johann Marlin. This was in someone's collection, and it needs a little bit of work. It's put together near as I can figure by looking at some of the paper that were in the box with it. This dates back to 1990, whenever it was put together. You can see the chrome is coming off, the blue plastic under the chrome. We're missing a hood ornament. It was not real good underneath there, the paint work that was done on it. It's just in plastic with some, looks like bare metal foil finish on it, and the two-tone done in a white interior. And the engine, if we get in here, not the worst work I've ever seen, not the best. Air cleaner, I think, should be red on those. A 327 AMC engine. So I don't know if this one is going to be a just to, put it back together to set on the shelf or restore it. Depends on how froggy I get. We do need the rear wheels. We got one that was missing in an axle. The chrome work would need redone on it. The glass or quarter wing window here is broken. I did pick up a used glass set for this car and a set of the wheel and tire for it. There's our third wheel from the kit and 4 that I bought online. So I've got some parts I could put it back together just as a roller like this, or we could get into stripping it and doing the chrome and maybe painting it and that. But just a neat one to have. Not decided on its fate yet. Man, a couple more to show you. The Petty Belvedere Lindbergh kit. This was coming right out of the same collection as the Marlin did. Unbuilt. I have a sweet spot for old race cars, mostly drag cars. Super stock, junior stock, early pro stock, any kind of grass racing, drag racing, but also circle track, and mainly from the 60s when the cars were real cars or close to a production car. So the Lindbergh Petty Belvedere, if you guys have ever had this one, it's not a street car. It's built up as the parts inside are for a stock car. It could be made as be a street car, but I think you're missing like headlights and you'd have one seat in it and things like that. So I did want to pick it up as a stock car. And the second, the Mobius 61 Pontiac, another one, again, doesn't build up as a street car, but that's why we picked it up. This was the hobby shop, and Mobius Model King, obvious. They're good, good kits, and I like the early day, well, early '60s, let's say, stock car uh, stuff. So neither one of these, I'd really, you know, I have a plan to build soon, but just wanted them for the stash. And then coming up, month of February, the small scale group build. Uh, this was something that we did last year. I did the 71 Trans Am from Atlantis, and I had a ball with it. Good kit, the old monogram 71 Trans Am. Uh, it has a lot of good detail in it, under hood detailed interior. We run right up to the last day. There was a piece that I had to order from them, and they got it straight out to me. Was the shaker scoop part of it? So I had a lot of fun. And now getting back into this, I've missed my own um, shop truck group build, and I'm not a group build wouldn't be good for me, but I think February and getting someplace set back up to work, and with everything that's going on by February, this will take up. This kit has enough detailing to take up the month of February. It's what I need to push me along to get me back into the groove of things. The Atlantis '69 Chevy Nova, like the Trans Am, has underhood detail. It is good chassis interior. There's plenty of things to pick out and paint and just go to town on. The little 350 in it does have good detail with the air conditioning, the correct air cleaner, things like that. So that will be my entry into that. There'll be more on it, as well as more on the '69, the Revell '69 Street Fighter, let's call it, for lack of a better name. And there'll be more on those coming up. So thanks, guys, for dropping by the kitchen. I don't know where we'll meet next time. Maybe the living room, maybe the basement in the good bench setup. The health department might shut us down if we're in the kitchen again. So thanks for stopping by, and we will talk to you next time.